These new fires are vastly different than the fires that we've experienced before. I've lived in California for over 30 years, and what I've noticed now is that the drought conditions are so severe that the amount of brush is so extensive and wide. When a fire starts, it literally is ignited very easily, and then it just grows really fast. If you're a Southern California resident, you are very familiar with what are called Santa Ana winds, which are these winds that blow from the northeast towards the ocean. And that combined with dry weather and a fire is just a recipe for disaster. And my neighbor called me up and he was like, the fire's at the edge of our community. He lives in Hidden Hills, and he said, I'm gonna go out there right now with some shovels and a hose to try and put the fires out because the fire department was just spread too thin. Where the fire started is like a really popular mountain biking spot, and we had all been commenting for over a year. It's so dry, and all it's going to take is one little fire and this whole thing is going to go up. And this isn't because the forests are not managed properly or because we're not raking.
They were raking areas where the fire was right over there, and they're raking trees, little trees like this that are not trees, little bushes that you could see are totally dry. That should have been all raked out.
What about the argument?
You wouldn't have the fire.
What about thinning our forests or raking the forest? It has nothing to do with that, which is absolutely crap. It's because there's a drought and there's climate change, and it's because you have massive acreage of dry brush. There's no way you can mitigate that in any form or manner. It's just impossible.
What about the argument it's climate change, that it's drier, it's hotter, and that's contributing to it?
Maybe it contributes a little bit. The big problem we have is management.
You know, when people talk like that, it basically is a distraction from what the reality is, that our climate's changing, we're in a drought, and you're going to have large swaths of nature that are super dry, and all it's going to take is a spark to ignite it. It doesn't take a genius to understand that the climate's changing, because I've seen it. I've lived here and I've seen the seasons change. The persistence of this long, dry, hot summer has continued well into what we would consider fall and winter. So it used to be summer started in June and it would end in like late August or like early September. Now summer starts basically in May and ends in October, November. Like yesterday was 80 degrees here. It's just super unusual. California, the government's actually doing their part. I feel like we're doing our part, but there's other parts of the country that are not. The White House just buried a climate report last Friday that his own administration states that we're in a lot of trouble.
Right now we're at the cleanest we've ever been.
Thank God we only have 2 years left, and hopefully we can elect a new administration that will take it more seriously.
We are all in this together, and our job is to be bold, to think very big, and to go forward in a moral struggle that says that we will protect the well-being of my 7 grandchildren and all the children of the world.